Of dollars on 5 separate road projects. It's all happening in Norfolk, Nebraska. KTV's Irvin Doman tonight with more on the progress of that work being done.
Over $20 million in construction costs are currently under contract in the city of Norfolk.
We have Benjamin Avenue here just north of us. We have for the First Street Bridge project going on down here. We have Michigan Avenue and 8th Street reconstruction projects.
Along with those 3 construction projects, the city has a concrete repair project that happens regularly, as well as 3 or 4 different street projects for putting new asphalt down. The construction along Benjamin Avenue has been 10 years in the works, and if all goes to plan, the Norfolk community will be able to enjoy the new road around November of 2023.
In general, I would say the public is dealing with it fairly well. The business owners as well, they've been very accommodating. I know these projects are very stressful, in some cases extremely stressful on businesses and their revenue.
One of the 5 construction projects the city of Norfolk is tackling is the Benjamin Avenue construction you can see behind me. Now, one local business along Benjamin Avenue says there are pros and cons to this construction, but knows that overall this will benefit the Norfolk community.
It's going to be a good thing regardless. You know, there's going to be growing pains no matter what you're doing as you're expanding, and in Norfolk we definitely needed our infrastructure and our streets fixed, so it's a good thing for sure.
The plan, according to city officials, is to have the First Street Bridge project complete by mid-fall, and then the Michigan Avenue construction is anticipated to be complete next year. But as of now, they are ahead of schedule. In Norfolk, Nebraska, Irvin Doman, KTIV News 4.
And city officials say out of the $22 million in project costs, right around $18 million of that work is scheduled to be complete this year. Well, a new stretch of road now open in North Sioux City is set to drive development on the west side of that town. The new stretch of Sioux Point Road opened this afternoon between Belmont Park Avenue and South Sodrak Drive. It's all a part of a larger project that's designed to spur development west of I-29.
This is meant to facilitate the traffic flow around Exit 2, and it's going to have the effect of opening up the southwest end of the city to development.
And leaders say the city is now working to connect utilities like water and sewer to systems in both North Sioux and Dakota Dunes to further connect those communities.
Storm chances are getting closer. In fact, it's a thunderstorm over Niobrara that you're looking at right there. I'll have more about that stormy forecast coming up.